In the previous video, we talked about three criteria for a successful experiment: replication, blinding, and randomization. In this video, we will go over the different ways to randomize our sample. There are 5 of them: convenience, simple random, systematic, cluster, and stratified. Let's go through each of them. Convenience sampling is when you take items in the population that are the most convenient to you, so things that are close to you or easily obtained. Though this method is the easiest, unfortunately, it usually results in some sort of biased result. This is convenience sampling because you are using data which is easy to obtain or closest to you. The biasness of this study comes from the fact that you're more likely to be friends with people that think like you. This is convenience sampling because you are taking the suitcases which are easiest to obtain because they're the first in line. Instead, what you should do for a good sampling is consider the entire population and randomize that. Simple random sampling is when every object in a group of size n gets an equal chance to be selected. This is a simple random sampling since every single person in our group out of the 50 gets an equal chance of being chosen. For systematic sampling, select some starting point and then select every kth element in the population. This is systematic sampling since we order our population in some sort of line and we chose every 4th element. Since we are selecting our sample in intervals of 1 mile, that means we have chosen some starting point, and our kth element, which will be part of our set, would be the element that is at a distance of 1 mile. Cluster sampling is when we divide the population into different sections. Then we randomly select some of those sections, then we choose every single member from those sections as part of our sample. In this example, we are splitting our population into sections which happen to be poll stations. Then we're randomly selecting some of the stations for our study, and we're choosing every single person that goes in and out of it for our sample. For this question, the population would be every single student. What we're going to do is we're going to divide the students into sections, or in this case classrooms, and then choose 3 of those classrooms. We then use all the students in those 3 classrooms for our sample. Stratified sampling is when we split the population into groups of similar characteristics. Then, from each group, we randomly select subjects for our sample. The student first split the population into 2 groups, male and female. Then, they randomly selected 5 students from each of those 2 groups. All the books were split into groups with similar characteristics, their different genres. From each of these groups, 5 books were selected for our sample.